Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's watch party for the 1998 final movie of our sort of teen horror kind of mini season, The Faculty. I'm really looking forward to this one. As always, I'm Andrew and I'm joined by Dom. Welcome, Dom.
Hello everybody. Also very much looking forward to this one. This is definitely the highlight of the mini season for me. It's a film I've watched again and again and again.
Okay, so just to say to everybody, so you can get it all queued up, tonight's sync point will be where it says Dimension Films on screen. But while we're going through that and everyone's getting themselves sorted, let's do a roll call and see who's joining us tonight. I can see our friend over on YouTube, Plutonium Shaw, Masters of the 80s, Jesse Flores, Hell If I Know, and James Hellier. Hell If I Know, it's what it is. It's The Faculty, as I just said. And over on Discord, I can see we've got some amazing friends joining us there. Let's see who we've got. We've got Lizard Man, Mr. Fursel, Edward the Black Prince, Phonic, Onzi, Eric, Mad Matt, Plutonium Short over there as well, Leanne. I saw Sharon earlier. Fraglord, Jedi Wizard, Calbot, Megatron 57, and Brainwire as well. And there we go. Anyway, so, Dom, when did you first see this film?
Can't remember. Probably around
Fantastic.
2000 or 2001. I remember seeing it on VHS. I was a wee bit too young to have seen it in cinema. I would have been like 7 when it came out. So I definitely caught this on VHS. I remember picking it up, I think, at my friend's house, who showed me things like Guyver and Berserk when I was way too young. And I just picked this up, put it on, had really no idea what to expect, other than, that really alluring Bond girl from GoldenEye is somewhat in this. Yay, let's go see it. And the Terminator, of course, the T-1000, yeah, the T-1000 is in this. I need to see what's going to happen. And I fell in love with this movie. I went to school preaching about it the next day. I was like, you guys have to see this new film that came out years ago.
Yeah, I saw it in the cinema when it came out. I was 20 when it came out. I saw it in the cinema. I went into it seeing it without any idea what it was about, and I loved it. I think it was absolutely brilliant. Even the posters are genius, because the poster... Go on, Dom, what does the poster invoke? I'm going to post a picture of that. I can post the poster to Discord. I haven't got it set up for YouTube, unfortunately. But you tell me what that poster invokes.
Independence Day?
Not quite.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's very Scream-y as well. Yeah, it's got the characters all up there. It's got... The font is phenomenal, but this definitely has something alien about it. Again, looking at it with context, because I didn't know it was an alien film going in, but looking at it with context, I'm like, how did I not see the alien-ish things in there? Like I said, Independence Day sprang to mind because of the zapping in the background.
I was going to go and I'd say that I think Lizard Man got it very much Life Force, that kind of invasion.
Oh, yes. That's another movie that I love. I defend Life Force to my dying day.
I adore Life Force, and maybe it's due a rewatch at some point. But yeah, it's got that kind of spaciness to it. So, everybody, what we'll do is let's get the countdown going and get this show on the road, because this is a movie I cannot wait to watch. I didn't even rewatch it in anticipation of today because I was so looking forward to semi-re-enjoying it for the first time in a few years. So, on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play.
And of course, that Offspring soundtrack just...
That's right.
Peak 90s, eh?
We're just getting some kind of a... I don't know. I mean, being British, and Dom, you'll be the same. Were American high school coaches for football the same as this kind of thing? I'm assuming from other movies I've seen where the high school football coaches are shown like this. This is kind of a common kind of a common thing?
I imagine it is. I mean,
Yeah.
again, growing up 90s, early 2000s, my television experience and my movie experience was blistering with this kind of imagery. So this was normal to me. Even though I was in
Yeah.
England and I grew up in England, I had so much of the American aesthetic. This is just what I assumed America is. So
Yes,
the people who
exactly.
become gym coaches in America are, are T1000s who hate sprinklers.
Okay. Sharon says yes. High school football is intense depending on where you went to school. Yeah.
My high school gym teacher was called Mr. Berger, and he had a lovely little dance that he'd do for us every morning. He'd like uh, sing really calming music, so it's basically the polar opposite to this.
I used to play rugby in school because we don't play American football, of course. Here, I played rugby and I was a prop, which is probably the equivalent of like a quarterback in football. And I got stopped from playing it because I was too rough. One of the kids had the ball and I wanted him. I literally, as he was running, one of the small kids had the ball running with it, grabbed my arm, picked him up, and literally just picked him up and threw him on the floor in a heap. Took the ball off him and threw it to one of the other kids. Got told that wasn't really appropriate. But what I will say is this conversation here is even with my school in Wales where I didn't play rugby. This was a very common thing that the headmaster or the principal of that school basically would give the school rugby team a pass to do anything they wanted.
Mm. Even smoking in the teacher's lounge that has a very specific sign behind him saying no smoking.
That's right, James. For the benefit of Americans, rugby is American football without any body armour. No helmets, nothing. Yes, he did. Onzi. He does. Harry Knowles from Ain't It Cool News cameos in this movie as Mr. Knowles, one of the teachers.
I refuse to believe that teachers went home this late at night. I mean, I know as a kid, everyone thought that teachers just lived and breathed in the schools and they just woke up from their echo chambers in the morning and ushered in the children. But I don't think they actually did. School at night is such an ethereal place. I remember helping out 1 year for
Yeah.
something, and it was spooky. I could get away with so much more. I could run down the halls. It was great.
And that's right. James Haley's already called out that the headmistress in this, or the principal in this, is played by Lilith. The actress Bev Newith, who played Lilith Crane, Frasier Crane's wife in Cheers and Frasier. Oh, now here's a question. Here's the question about schools. What was the forbidden thing you must never do? Refer to your teacher by their first name.
That's true.
That was like some kind of evil incantation for you to ever refer to them by their real name. Fraglord, Idle Hands, maybe at some point.
It's a good one too.
Yeah. Oh!
Whew!
Oh.
Whew!
Ow. Ow.
Why is it locked with a chain?
Sean says, my mum was a teacher and we'd always run into former students in stores, restaurants, gas stations. It was weird.
I bet it is.
Now, that's something British schools don't tend to have. It is
a PA
system.
There's a video game that is somewhat inspired. It's not based on, but it's inspired heavily by this. It's like a Resident Evil clone called Obscure.
Okay.
I played it a lot as a kid. I loved it. It's weird and it's evidently very inspired by this. Like even the characters that you play as
Yeah.
are very inspired by the characters in this.
Mr. Fursel, who is actually currently a teacher, says that keeping people outside of school during the day is a big concern. Yeah, I can imagine it
Really?
is.
Yeah, definitely. There are 2 obscure games on PS2. The second obscure game is crap, and we don't talk about it.
It's got just a really great opening even to this movie.
It does. It sets the scene quite well with the setting of 90s high school, and immediately the horror just dips in. It doesn't even pretend like the T-1000 is going to be anything other than a total menace.
He's just pure T-1000 right now.
I'm waiting for him just to shake his finger judgmentally at the screen. Thing is, he can run as well. There are so many actors. I think I said this during the T2 watch party, but so many actors who, when they run, they look weird. They don't look correct. But like Tom Cruise and Bobby there, they run so well. Such a menacing run. And he makes it look so effortless.
Oh no. And the thing was, when I went into this thing, I didn't know it was a sci-fi movie. I didn't know what anything about it at all. And I thought it was just some kind of a weird school.
Such a good grungy jam. This is more my style of music, more so than The Offspring.
Edward the Black Prince says, I just assume all British schools are like Bulworth Academy. Unfortunately not. Mine looked very much like The Office from the British show The Office.
Mine looked like Bulwark Academy from Bully.
Oh, no. This is my secondary school.
Yeah, it looked like The Office.
Yeah.
Why are you so sweaty, Josh? Oh! Yep. Little baby Elijah.
Well, Lizard Man, why do all schools look like prisons? Well, that was the school that had to keep me in. Crash and burn Casey. I've got an attitude.
Stokely.
Yeah.
What a name. Could you have more edge in an opening?
Oh, yeah.
like layers of cool edge.
Some Jordana Brewster. Early Jordana Brewster. James Helly says, at this stage, Kevin Williamson was a script doctor for Miramax, rewriting other scripts enough so that he could have his name on them. This is one of the scripts he essentially made teen savvy. Yeah, it's very much like a teen. It is a teen movie. Yes, Onzi, pre-Fast and Furious Jordana.
Oh.
Here's Frodo.
I forgot that she's a Southern Belle. Of course, Mary Beth Louise.
And I will say the teens are borderline. I believe they're teen. They're sort of high school age, last year of high school kind of age.
Elijah Wood pulls it off.
Oh.
Josh doesn't.
And that's the guy from that 70s show, but we won't speak about him anymore.
That's what I was thinking when he came on screen. Like, if
Yes.
you
We do
guys
not
look back at the
mention him
watch
now.
party, if you see my face when he goes on screen, it's like, oh.
Yes.
Okay, now I believe it more because he's repeating his senior year. I'm sorry, he calls it scat?
Scat. Yeah, but back then it wasn't scat as in the same dirty thing.
No, it's 90s scat. It's
remember we had Scatman Carruthers? Yeah, it was all that.
Oh, Tito and Tarantula. Oh, I love that band. We have to find a way to do a Desperado. Wait, who directs this?
This is Robert Rodriguez.
No wonder Tito and Tarantula are there.
Yeah.
I was about to say, of course it's Robert Rodriguez.
And there's Harry Knowles and there's Salma Hayek.
I do love Salma. Again, if we ever get to do From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
How do you make Femke Jensen look like a nerd? It's like in Yellow Jackets, which is being shown now. No spoilers, don't worry.
You just put what British people call Sue Pollard glasses on her.
Yeah, put glasses and make their hair slightly messy. But yeah, in Yellow Jackets they have Christina Ricci and they do the same thing. They make her a nerd, and it just.
Oh, now I remember. We shouldn't be talking about Harry Knowles either. Yes, he's on the list.
Do not use.
Yes.
Working in the NHS, I know exactly how that feels. Having an air conditioning unit that does not work.
Tell you what I do. I know they were a thing, but I just find the idea of water cooler cups that were a cone really weird because you couldn't ever put it down when you were drinking it, could you?
No, you can't. And the spikes are... You can penetrate steel with those things. It is frustratingly sharp. The amount of times I've gone to, like, smush them down and cut myself.
Mr. Furzl says, if I spiked my mug with alcohol, I would have been fired years ago. Mr. Furzl, are you sure the words got caught spiking aren't missing from there? We'll keep that between us.
She's a literature teacher as well. A woman after my own heart. Forgive me, wife. You understand.
He teaches
actually,
English.
Carla's never seen The Faculty. She mentioned today that she needs to watch it with me because she's looking at everything. I'm like, yes. It's got Salma Hayek and Femke Jensen. All of my childhood crushes.
Plutonium Shaw, this was before X-Men.
Yes. Just after GoldenEye?
Maybe a year or two after GoldenEye was 95, wasn't it? So this would be 3 years after GoldenEye.
On a top.
Wow, look at the sideburns on that kid behind him.
He's all sideburns.
He is.
Looking at the multitude of 90s style here is kind of adorable. The amount of denim is just too much.
I haven't seen any double denim yet.
Give it time.
Yeah, Edward, I don't know. He might have been a kid. He's probably that 14-year-old who just had a lot of facial hair.
The wolf man.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Poor Stan.
And hair greasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right, though. A lot of these movies we've covered come from basically 98, 99, 97. It's all within a few years. There were a lot of good movies in that era, which is why I've picked a few of them for the watch parties.
It was that transitional period where movies were well set in the 90s. Oh, and that's not double denim, that's just denim overalls. But
Yeah.
yeah, the 90s were well and truly set in at this point, and this is what would give estimation to what the early 2000s would be. It'll hold on to a lot of those themes, the visual storytelling, the way stories are told. Because the whole subversion of expectations is still going through to the early 2000s, but it's not quite as prominent as it was in like Scream.
Yeah.
However, here is where like the age of the geek and the loser really became the
Oh,
hero
it's
rather
the
than the
start.
jokes.
Yeah, it's the start of the geek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah,
We're seeing kind of geek heroes now, but
and
there's
geek
still
villains.
and geek villains. We're seeing kind of geek culture being a bit more of a thing.
Yeah, the outcast is the people we root for.
Yeah.
Good old Robert Heinlein. Don't we have another Robert Heinlein adaptation coming up at some point?
Hmm.
Mr.
Hmm.
Fuzzel's mentioned a name that I am happy to see.
Later this year.
Yes.
So you've got goths.
Yep, geeky subcultures.
That's right. Wow.
I have no mouth and I must scream, open your eyes. Have you played the video game? That's a sequel to the book. Mini story. Yeah, it's a good one.
This is so alien to me from a high school perspective, though. This is with the bleachers and all this
Oh,
stuff. And
yeah.
our schools were nothing like that. We had a playing field. You would see it was a big green field, and there'd be no seating or anything by it.
Mm. Given that Elijah here, Casey, is our protagonist, we've seen nothing about him other than he gets
Oh
picked
no,
on.
that's right, Mad Matt. Greece is happening just behind there.
Yeah.
Exactly, James. And the playing field now in the UK is just a housing estate. If you
I'd be
went
so
to
intimidated if the T1000 came up and started talking to me like this.
if you went to a secondary school in the UK, every secondary school had to have one of the gym teachers, we call them PE teachers in the UK, had to have a Welsh one called Mr. Jones by law. They had to be
It's
one of them.
true.
One of them had to be called Mr. Jones and be Welsh.
All right, everybody get on the pitch and start running.
Yes.
Yes, sir, Mr. Jones.
Yes. Right, we're going to play rugby now. Yes, Mr. Jones.
I would not drink from that water fountain. It looks heinous.
Again, my school didn't have water fountains in the UK.
Oh, we did. It was a big kick.
Was it? Oh, you were in that era.
Conserved
No,
water.
I was in the era where in the UK where
Water flowed in abundance.
No. We didn't have water fountains, and you were not allowed to have a drink during class or in between break times. You weren't allowed water bottles. You weren't allowed any of that stuff.
Oh, the dehydration phase of British
Yes,
culture.
yes. Hottest day of the year in school. Like, I need to get a drink. Wait till break time.
You should have thought about having a drink earlier, shouldn't you?
That's right. Yes.
That was always the worst. Sir, I need to use the restroom. Well, why didn't you go during break? Break was 5 hours ago, sir.
That's right.
Times have changed. I don't dictate my bladder's business.
That's a very cool laserdisc wall you've got there, Plutonium Shore.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've got a small collection of laserdiscs and a player. I don't use the player, but I still collect the discs. They're cool.
Enemy mine. What a film.
I guess they picked Ohio for this because Ohio is well known for being, aside from Delaware, the center of nowhere in America.
Yeah, the center of nowhere, where your old small town America,
Yeah.
Ohio. I do love it when the science teacher in this middle of nowhere school is like a authority on everything science.
Here we go. And Zeke is actually a genius.
Yes.
But it's kind of cool.
But again, he's a loser. He's an outcast.
Yeah.
He's
Yep, Megatron. Usher is in this movie, a very young Usher.
yeah. Trying to think, what was it recent? Oh, it was Stranger Things was the other one where the science teacher in the school just knew everything and everyone kept going to the.
Yeah. Now here's the question:
Oh,
what happened to the fish in the class school fish tank?
didn't
He's
feed it
got,
probably.
yeah.
I believe this movie is kind of a cousin to James Gunn's Slither, another favourite of mine.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Onzi is saying the same thing.
Anything that swims around with tendrils, I don't want to touch. Mm-mm.
Mm. Especially when you squeeze it and it turns into two.
Yeah, I've read enough Eldritch abominations to know. Oh, see, see.
Yeah. When its mouth. Exactly, Mad Max like a predator.
Oh, it's like one of them laser balls that you used to
Oh, plasma
have in the
balls.
90s.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
from the
This
90s.
this school's got. Oh wait, no, your school had a pool, didn't it, where
We had a
several
pool with
kids
a.
drowned.
We had a pool. No, no, no. That's my primary school. My secondary school had a swimming pool, but it had a water slide as well.
You had a water slide.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, if I can find. I don't know if there's any pictures of it, but it had a water slide. Yeah, we had a water slide. You know.
You had that?
Yeah,
Wait, it looks like it leaked outside of the building.
he went outside and came back in.
Yeah, it looks like it just ends like where that fence
That
is. It
might be
just
when it
kicks
was
you out.
being built. That might be a photo of it being built or refurbished, but that was the slide we had.
Lucky git. Look at these elaborate changing rooms as well. It's
Oh
insane.
yeah, exactly. James Grangehill had a swimming pool for characters to drown in. Yeah, but Jeremy didn't. In Grangehill, Jeremy didn't drown that way. He had a brain aneurysm or a heart thing brought on by playing around in the pool.
Ah. I do love the soundtrack to this film.
Oh yeah, it's proper. No
I guess the
horseplay,
only character
towel
that's
snapping.
really. Yeah, no horseplay. Spitting, ew. I guess the only character that's not really being subverted is Casey. He's an outcast nerd that's being bullied, and
Yeah,
there's nothing yet at least, to subvert his character. Soap on a rope.
One thing that's different about my secondary school, when you went in the showers, you didn't have a soap on a rope thing. You took a bottle of gel in with you.
Did you have
Oh,
elderly female teachers coming in to
yeah, all the time,
creep the hell out of you?
all the time.
Why is
Naked
the
elf.
first thing you wash is your eyeballs with soap?
Oh, get help! Don't watch the creepy naked old woman. Oh,
You've scalped your first person. How do you feel, Stan?
oh, and it's the squelch, isn't it?
Yep. That wet. He doesn't run. Like that's something that's, again, a bit different about Stan as a character. He has a
Yeah.
big level of kindness about him. He's a
Oh, yeah.
big jock boy that you imagine is going to be the bully of
Okay.
people like Casey.
Now, not for us, Dom, but for the people in our chat, what did the school Chinese whispers rumour mill turn that shower with the old lady walking in into?
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
you know, there'll have been elaboration and basically exaggeration going on in the rumours.
Editor having a little bit too much fun with the zooms there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the nice throwback to...
what started this...
What started these watch parties off? Yeah, meta, James, exactly, meta.
Dealing out stuff from the boot of your trunk.
I love the fact he's got like this kind of everything in the trunk of his car.
Yeah. Bless.
You do feel bad because she's genuinely got his best interests at heart.
Yeah, she's genuinely trying to help.
Yeah.
And he's just being a clown.
Yeah.
Trying to be Mr. Cool Guy.
But you can see even he realises he's gone a bit far with that.
Yeah, exactly. The geeky Stephen King kid. The teacher's lounge, eh? It was always the forbidden zone.
It stank of cheap coffee. Mr. Furzel says staff lounges are just as boring as this.
Yes.
Mr. Furzel, how much, and I appreciate you can't say everything, how much between the teacher goes on like, oh my God, can you believe that kid? Oh my God. You know, that kind of behind the scenes bad mouthing of the students to each other.
It's okay. We all know that kids
I appreciate you may not be able to answer that question directly. We talk about students all the time, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure in only constructive and caring ways.
Yes. I bet this movie is more or less a documentary about teacher life.
I love her drinking there. That's lifted out of Airplane with her with his I've got a
Drinking
drink problem.
Oh, Casey, you creep. Yeah, why was the school nurse always sick?
Because she was dealing with the diseased children at the school.
Dangerous game you playing with those pyramid cups there, coach.
I think I've just realised something about this movie that I'm just trying to remember if it does hold up by the end of the movie or not. And I'll refer to it at the end of the movie. Oh.
Oh, God. Oh. 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 Oh, my ears. Ow.
Ow.
Mr. Fuzzle, does this go on normally on a regular school day?
Yes. I'm assuming this happens in most school lounges.
Oh. Only on Fridays, okay.
Yeah, Cal, but I was thinking exactly the same thing. Welcome, my friend. If I didn't say hello to you earlier, because I'm not sure if I saw you. But yeah, Khan and the eels. It is. It's a bit zombie, body snatchers. It's a bit everything, isn't it?
I love how that's the problem here.
Yes.
There's someone dead and... Wait, you were in the faculty closet?
She got the blood cleaned off her uniform quite quickly.
Everyone knows that blood washes out of white real quick.
Yes. Ow.
Oh!
Why?
Delilah. I also love how, again, defying expectations, they call the cops come with them and go through the motions that they should go through. But the problem is, everything's cleaned up.
We've also got the excellent Christopher McDonald cameoing as his dad. Shooter McGavin himself.
And the parents are on board too.
Yeah.
No one asks why do you have a creepy... Oh, wait, it's the resuscitation puppet. Of course. Damn, they thought of everything.
Okay, Frodo.
Uh-huh.
Go back to your Hobbiton or whatever.
Standard procedure.
Who's gonna believe him?
My boy on the football team. Nothing makes me prouder as a father.
What is that poster? Is that their school flag? A globe in the hands, entrapped by vines? It's kind of sinister.
Everything okay, officer, when he comes out? Yes, fine.
Yes, everything is fine.
Yep.
They've
got the cops. They've got the cops. James Hurley says this is again very reminiscent of Tobe Hooper's Invaders from Mars. They call the police too.
Yeah. Man, I do love myself some Toby Hooper. I'm a Hooper supporter through and through. Poltergeist was his movie, damn it. And again, Life Force.
Life
Beautiful movie.
Force. Oh, I love Life Force.
Lovely house.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what posters does he have in his room? I recognize like none of this. Headshots of Delilah, creepy.
Yeah, that's not at all creepy that you've got all candid photos of her.
Yeah. What?
I don't know if you actually noticed this. He didn't actually take his modem. He actually took his zip drive.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, what did he take?
He took the zip drive, not the modem. So, yeah, that wouldn't stop him. But then that's quite a dad thing to do. Doesn't really know what he's taking.
Wrong thing.
Yeah, he's taking the wrong device.
Is that Fangoria? Oh no, it's Boob Magazine.
Boob, yes. Can't be a boob.
Not my Boob Magazine. Is that an apple? It doesn't look like a Macintosh.
It is. It's an apple. It's an apple with its lid removed.
No father would take his son's porn. I don't know. If you wanted to really hurt the kid. Oh. Oh, my back.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
So he is hallucinating, genuinely.
Oh, they're moving very fast in some creepy way. And his dad's still got
He
his
still
adult
has
magazine.
Boob Magazine.
And I have just slid Life Force into the watch party schedule for later this year.
Harrington High. Okay.
Oh, proper 90s music, isn't it? The Seattle dripping.
What is it? Soundgarden, maybe?
It's like an aggressive version of Crash Test Dummies.
Creed, there you go.
Is it Creed, was it? Yeah.
That's what Phonic is saying. Puddle of Mud. Could be, it could be any of these.
Yeah.
I would love it if Dad drove up and he still had Boob magazine in his hand.
Yeah. And then he hands it to the teacher.
426. Yes, pass around Boob magazine. The most unrealistic thing about this school, I'm seeing so many kids with novels reading. It's like
I'm gonna tell you my story of finding adult magazines when I was young. When I was young, probably 13 or 14, I found a discarded mountain, preferable a stack like that of adult magazines, and I found them in the best place of all, in the bushes at the park.
You found someone's discarded porn.
I found someone's discarded adult reading. However, I kept them and cared for them for several years. But I had to...
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's right. However, when we were moving a few years later, when I was about 16, I had to dispose of them again. Because my mother was packing up my room. I didn't want her to find my stash. So,
the same bush.
So, like King Arthur returning Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake, I returned my stash in the same stack back to where I found them, ready for the next...
To pass on to the other generation.
Pass on to the next generation. Like I say, like King Arthur returning Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake.
That's wonderful.
James, I don't know if they're still there. This was a long time ago. And it was on the opposite end of the country.
Floggers will be what? Continued to something morale.
That's right. If morale doesn't improve, floggings will continue.
It's making me mighty thirsty, this.
Yeah. Wow. Right, that computer behind them, if you look at the very front of it, that, attached to the monitor, that weird plasticky thing, is an early touch screen. And it's an early aftermarket touch screen for monitors of computers of the era, and they were dreadful. We had some in my secondary school.
Ah, yes, Lord Azathoth. The sleeping... I think Azathoth is the sleeping mad one. It happens. Here's another subversion, the high school jock guy kind of hitting it off with the goth loser who is antagonistic, openly antagonistic towards his current girlfriend, the cheerleader.
Well, Mr. Verzel's saying that guy should wear fewer polo shirts, but he's ready for a career in an Apple store.
He is, yeah. My
With a
name
pair
is
of chinos.
Stan, and I'll be your Apple genius for today.
That's right. A pair of chinos.
Yeah. What appears to be your major malfunction?
Also list their fears, where they live, any security arrangements they have, any security arrangements they may have at home, their fears.
Very normal.
James Eddy says that his school had BBC Micros. Mine had BBC Micros, and I had a BBC Micro as my first computer when I was about 4 or 5. I think I've posted the photo of it before. Started my career.
I cannot recall my first PC.
Well, my first computer, it wasn't a PC.
Good point.
Sorry, are they called the Brun County Chongos, the team they're playing against?
Either that or the Chungas. Selma Hayek is your school nurse.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'd have probably gone to the school nurse more often.
Yep.
Can't get over the fact that her name is Stokely. It is such a 90s name. Couple of hippies from the old country.
Yeah, but she's
Should
probably
we
got.
name our spawn?
She's probably not named Stoke. That might be her surname.
Yeah, it's probably more likely.
Like Anna Stokely or something, and everyone's called by
Yeah.
her surname.
Like Mary Beth Llewellyn. Good God. Where have I seen that kid? That's
Which
bugging
one?
me.
Which
The
one?
one on the bench. Is he in Scary Movie?
Not sure. It's as if they want all of his drugs for some reason. Edward has about 4 in that photo, 4 or 5. That was Christmas morning.
How good, Mr. Furzl, would it feel to be able to talk to some of your students this way?
Yeah. And we're just coming to about halfway through this movie. It's hauling ass, as we say.
Coming to halfway through, bloody hell. It is getting places.
It's great pacing. Really enjoy this movie.
Read. See, this is more what my school library was like. It was
Yeah.
pitifully small and everything was on a rotatable shelf. We didn't have a urban legends department or whatever it was.
You didn't have an urban legends department. Or...
That was university, to be fair.
It looks like they've got some suitably crap VHS tapes on the... We had a selection in my secondary school of VHS tapes that you could watch, but they were awful. There was nothing good there.
It was like Mimsy, the French lessons from a giant green monster.
Oh, they're just dreadful. But there was always videos of people in canal boats as well. I don't know. It wasn't a subject in my secondary school either, canal boating.
That's like you found some weird snuff film or something.
No, canal boats.
No, we didn't have bodies piled up.
Emmerich. I'll be fair, that's quite good. It's quite modern talking about Emmerich. That's only from independence. That's only 2 years before. Sonnenfeld, that'd be Men in Black, they're probably referring to, Barry Sonnenfeld. And that was 97, so just the year before.
Mm.
Welcome Plutonium Shore over on the other side too.
Mm.
We've got a theory.
Aliens.
Yes.
I thought you filled them in.
The Scooby Gang. They're Scooby Ganging it, aren't they?
They are. They're going full Scooby-Doo on them. But look at that signet ring that the boy's wearing. Is that what high school kids do?
I don't know. Is it a class ring? Can an American fill us in on what that might be? Some kind of a class ring or game ring or...
The class ring, okay.
I don't know. Class ring. Exactly, Mr. Versal. Doctor Strange saying Scooby-Doo this shit. That's what they need to be doing. Casey isn't scrappy. Don't be mean to poor Casey.
No, unfortunately, my dog Bones is a Scrappy-Doo, and it depresses me to no end to know that I'm raising a Scrappy-Doo. He looks like Scrappy. He fights everything. He thinks he's way bigger than he is. He's just Scrappy-Doo. Take down the man, dude.
Just stealing his chemicals.
Drug equipment, yeah.
Yeah. James, that's harsh. Saying Dom's dog is Godzuki.
Not quite that bad. What ring does he have on? The one ring? It's got elephant scribbled into it?
Our teachers are aliens. I would say this is the kind of crap you'd talk about when you were in primary school, elementary school in the UK.
Oh, hey, class ring.
Wow. Again, nothing that we do in the UK at all, that.
No, we pretty much burn our existence from high school the moment we leave.
That's right. It's weird because Zeke was kind of cool earlier that he knew everything that was going on with the... You'd think he'd maybe have thought there was something strange about this species.
Yeah. I love that the evil voice happens and people aren't like, teach?
I sent it to the university where they will perform experiments and meddle with forces they do not understand. Yeah.
Nice catch. Oh.
Oh. Now we're going to get a 90s CGI now, though, unfortunately.
Oof, 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 oof. Oof.
Ow.
Mm.
Oh, it's all fizzing. Yeah. So,
Looks
Mr.
like we got him.
Furzel, here's the question I've got for you. When you were doing your teacher training, do they teach you how to use the those guillotines as like a sword? It was like one of the teacher training classes.
Is that like advanced lessons or?
Yeah. And now the paranoia sets in. That's what's great about this one, because you're now wondering,
Who is
yeah,
still human?
who's normal and who's not. There's a lot of kids behaving very weirdly in the movie.
That's why you need to have a very distinct personality in school.
Yeah. But those two kids now who were constantly fighting are now madly in love with each other.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes there indeed?
They're all drinking water. Lots of hydration going on in that school. I know what you did last summer. What?
I heard this urban legend.
Yeah. Just mixing all these things from the previous watch parties. Do you like scary movies?
Miami Connection has ruined every single high school
That's right.
parking lot scene forever. I'm just expecting someone to come up and go, "A friend." Freaking love Miami Connection.
Oh, my own connection's great. I found my father.
I found my father. Oh, glory.
Well, if this was really 98, and I'm losing believability on this now, there's no radio station playing Macarena 24/7.
Macarena. Maybe they're on AM radio. Who knows?
Yeah. Frag Lord, it's called Dazzini, and it was Coca-Cola. They found the scheme to sell more bottled water. That's probably they were probably involved in this.
Probably, yes.
In the UK, Dazzini was actually discontinued because they got caught. Okay, so there's a very famous British comedy show called Only Fools and Horses, and in an episode of it, they were selling tap water from basically just from the local taps, as bottled premium water. Well, basically, Dazzini got caught doing the same thing in the UK, and it was discontinued. Yeah, Peckham Springs. That's right, James.
Peckham Springs.
Yep, James. Well, James, it started out as a tap at the allotments, and then it became the tap in the flat. That's right, Sharon. Exactly.
Legendary show.
Legendary British show. It's going to feed part of the creepy alien thing to my my mouse.
I always wondered why he had this mouse here, and I guess it's so he can test his drugs out to make sure it doesn't kill. Oof.
Exactly, Lizard
Sorry.
Man. Exactly. Well, any well kitted out meth dealer has an alien parasite lab.
After a great British comedy, Sharon, my personal recommendation is always Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Boys from the Dwarf.
Oh, and then it grows another. And this is how Haribo are made.
See, you can always trust the diabetic. We don't eat Haribo.
Okay, it's a rat. Thank you, James. It's not a mouse.
That is the dullest scalpel I've ever seen.
Mm.
Smeeg. Heed.
Oh. Exactly, James. Good news. Scat kills it.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly, Sharon. The drug dealer knows how to perform an autopsy. Hey,
She prefers Trekker.
Trekker. You see,
In
Dom,
theory.
on the Creative EC camp, this will be my when one of you potentially turns.
This is being your justification.
Yes, I will kill the I will kill the master. Just keep killing until I find the master, and then it'll be justified.
So what are you going to have me snort to prove that I'm not part of this conspiracy?
No. I have a cork, Dom, with 2 needles in it. Okay, and what I will do is I'll jab you in the neck with it before I put a stake through your heart, and then when the police come, they'll think I killed a vampire, and I'll be rewarded.
Can't you just do the thing to me and just bleed me out and then attack my blood? Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm incognito?
Okay, we're actually into the last 40 minutes. Well, less than 40 minutes of this movie to go now. 39 minutes till the end of the end credits.
Mm.
This movie really, really moves fast.
It has a tight pace.
Yeah.
Rodriguez tends to have pretty tight filmmaking. Even his movies that aren't good, they are well constructed. He knows how to work fast and cheap. What the hell is that drummer boy thing on the in the background? That was creepy.
I love the fact it's the school driver's ed car.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Sharon. Shoot them all, Zeke, just to be sure.
The Andrew method.
Exactly. It's never really explained much about this drug. It's just, isn't it a mixture of like basically
Caffeine
pills? Yeah.
and something else.
You need to be careful with caffeine pills. Did I ever tell you what happened when I had a dare and I took too many caffeine pills?
I don't think so.
I took 96 caffeine pills in one go once.
Does that explain your homicidal tendencies?
I didn't sleep for about 5 days. And by the end, I was crying because I couldn't sleep.
Oh no!
It was pretty terrible. But I was like 19 and I was dumb. And someone, Dom, and in my defense, someone dared me.
If it's a double dare, then even more so, I understand.
Yeah, I was dared.
Let him tweak.
Oh. No.
God, oh, I don't snort things. I never have. I imagine it's like the feeling you get when you like accidentally inhale like fizzy Coke and it goes all around your sinuses and it blasts your brain a touch. I imagine it's way worse than that, mind you.
It's probably much worse, I should imagine, yeah.
He got a chandelier in his garage.
Yeah. And a fireplace.
Clearly it's been converted. I like how it just gives them the giggles.
Yeah.
Just condensed powdered marijuana.
Exactly. Exactly, Edward. It's just, no, Dom can't snort a pixie stick, he'd be dead.
Well, yeah, it would kill me.
Well, she just says she's allergic to everything.
Yep.
Even aspirin.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm. Ugh. Shoot her! Shoot her, sir! Shoot her in the head. Oh.
Shit.
And he's got a croquet mallet there to defend himself.
It's the only defense.
Love the fact it's the learner driver car.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Eric. Shoot her!
Shoot her! Oh. Little hint there. Little hint. Oh, actually, who here has never seen this film? One in the chat if this is your first time. Two
Yeah.
if it's not your first time.
Yes, exactly. Or if you can't remember it, let us know as well.
Thought control. Oh, I'm gonna stop before we get copyright claimed.
That's right. Don't sing anymore.
Bit of Floyd. Everyone loves it. Oh.
Pyrotechnics, headphones. Is this what high school football's like at this level?
I hope
I'm
not.
assuming so. Ooh.
Oof. Ah, yes, the mind flayers are going to come now, too. Oh, man, it's hard not to sing along.
They are Lizard Man. They're infecting the other players.
Mm-hmm.
Which then means, of course, they'll go to the town that other team is from, and then that town will infect theirs, and then basically the whole country will fall to teen football.
Yep.
And this is why.
Oh no, it's already happening.
This is why high school sports are evil. Will be the downfall of the world. We're seeing people over on that side drinking bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the sting.
That's right, Lizard Man. High school sports with the death of us all. Hmm. It's like, yeah, no, now what? They
Yeah,
didn't
what do we
really
do?
have,
She refused. Damn. Ooh.
Nope. Well, could they not just tip it into her mouth?
Yeah, make her eat it.
Yes. Well, you'll find out in a minute if you're wrong. Damn it. Ugh. Ugh. Sharon, it's not that they put it's not a serum they can dilute. It's basically, it's not a serum. It's a powder, and the idea is it dehydrates them, and they're allergic to it because it dehydrates them so actively. So putting it in water wouldn't work, and you can't inject someone with a powder. What they could have done is just gone to McDonald's and asked for a portion of fries. Just got them all to
Extra salty.
yeah, eat one of these.
Have a fry. I'm more of a Burger King guy. Have a fry.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, Bossman joining us over on YouTube.
Hello. I'm wondering how quickly the aliens would take me in this scenario.
I
I
don't
like
know,
to
Dom.
think I'd live.
I don't know, Dom. I don't know. But I might have to just take you down just in case you're infected. Just
Well,
preemptively.
yeah.
We don't know.
I'm already anticipating that.
Robin just watched 65 with Adam Driver.
Very different film.
Very. I do get the feeling there's a lot of Pepsi product placement going on.
I was about to say, I feel the unquenchable thirst for a delicious Pepsi Cola.
Yeah. Oh no. Do the drugs, Stan. It's quite, the paranoia is quite good in this film, actually.
It is, yeah.
Because there's no immediate visual signs if someone has been turned or not. Oh no. Now Stan is one of them. Onzi, Robin does not recommend the movie. 65, that is. Robin, you should have been watching The Faculty with us. This is a much better, solid 90s sci-fi horror movie. It's great.
Return of the Body Snatchers meets Scream?
Yeah,
I guess.
kind of. I'd say it's that kind of thing. It's a very Body Snatchers meets Scream kind of thing. Yeah, we never really know what these parasites' end game is, do we, Plutonium? Sure, as you say, won't lie. These parasites seem pretty cool.
They always do. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I am waiting for a Body Snatchers movie where the parasites are just better. I guess the brain slugs in Futurama are kind of that way.
James is right again. This speech about one of them is essentially lifted from the Leonard Nimoy Body Snatchers movie.
Yeah.
Here we go, coming for the last 20 minutes. Well, less than 20 minutes of this movie to go.
Yeah. Not the visual you want to see.
No. No. The only thing I would have liked to have seen there had been the other football team as well.
Yeah. Well, they've gone home to populate their hometowns,
Yeah.
haven't they?
Yeah, Leanne, very much so. This movie moves very fast.
The one who can run fast.
That's right. Subtitles are Player 1, where did he go? Player 2, check over there. To be honest, she's just as bitchy with the parasite in her as she was before the parasite.
Incredibly, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting kind of a zombie type thing with all the hands on the windows. That's true, Sharon. It's very similar to the Borg, but if you go back, the Borg are effectively a rip-off of the Cybermen from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
In fact, there's even a quote from the Cybermen in the 60s in an episode of Doctor Who then, where they actually say resistance is futile. How there was not a lawsuit, I do not know.
He's always so sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it was the rain, which disappeared.
Mixture of the rain and also running. I bet it might also be that horrid humid where it's been raining and it's still hot.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Mm.
That Ohio humidity.
Yeah.
I would hate it if that was my nickname, if my name was Zeke. Zekey boy.
Zekey boy.
Oh. Oh? Oh, no.
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 I'm trying to remember now. Is this the old pun about seatbelts save lives? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The old thing. Seatbelts always save lives in these movies.
Oh, it's such a shame. That poor car.
Yep.
It was a classic.
Ah, thank you, James. Okay, the Cybermen say resistance is useless. Okay.
Close
Still
enough.
pretty close.
I know he has the Hollywood bleeding.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
Another reference to the Thing.
The only problem is it's some ropey 90s CGI again, unfortunately, isn't it? The CGI wasn't quite ready. But as Calbot's done as well,
yep.
Very close to the Thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, Fraglord gets the pun of the night. He had his Zeke belt on.
No! We lose.
We lose.
Gotta love sci-fi that's hopeless, eh?
Yes, exactly. The thing is, this film could have worked quite well with a hopeless ending.
It could have, yeah. I'm sure there was a version out there that had a hopeless ending. I do like myself a nihilistic ending.
Is it anything as good as 70s sci-fi with its proper depressing ending
No.
where everything is just
Hopeless and miserable.
hopeless and miserable? Yeah. Maybe
Oof.
that's what we should do with In Search of Darkness 90s, is include one of those little aliens to take over every one of our customers in the box.
I think so. I think they really
Little
appreciate it.
parasites. Would you guys be up for that if we send a little parasitic alien in the box that takes over your mind and your family and friends?
Become part of something greater. That can be the
Exactly,
motto.
exactly. And here we
If
go.
you really
And
will turn you into a 90s abomination.
yep. And here we are, the big twist that Mary Jo Beth was the alien mother
Queen.
all along.
Oh! I did that as a kid. I fell on a tile floor like that, and I chipped like my gum, and blood
Okay,
was
so
just everywhere.
quick question. For those of you who are seeing this for the first time or cannot remember it, who saw that twist coming that Mary Jo Beth was actually the alien mother creature?
Yeah.
I seem to recall at the time I was quite shocked by it. By the twist. I did think it was the coach. Ah, James said
I
he saw
was
it, the twist
especially.
coming.
I was very confused because I saw her snort the cocaine substitute.
Well,
Exactly. There do be a flashback happening soon.
yeah. Leanne said I didn't see it coming.
Hmm?
This is kind of a nice effect, though, where she just transforms back.
Yeah.
Exactly, plutonium sure gains 1,000 times the biomass in 2 minutes. Well, let's just say she absorbs the water, and that's how she grows. Now, is this a bit species inspired? This bit with the alien taking human form and now walking around with no clothes on.
Mm. Very species, eh?
Yeah, that's 97 species, was it? Maybe
I think so.
95? 95? James Halley will keep me true, I'm sure. $95, thank you, James.
I like how they don't even pretend to
Yeah.
make Zeke out to be confused by it. Although no one noticed her tendril pinky.
Yes, no one noticed that. Oh. There's only two left, Zeke and Frodo.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Matt says, might just come with the pun, Zeke and you shall find.
So the pun of the day is still up for anyone.
It is, it is.
Poor Casey. Poor Casey.
Yeah. And we're seeing them now just... Now Frodo's struggling with the drugs in his system.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Oh, ow. Ow.
Oh, that's a bold spot.
Ow.
Well, you can't
Just
carry
seems to be
those drugs, Mr. Frodo.
She seems to be
but I can
changing
carry
back and
you.
forth from a monstrous form to human form quite a lot.
Mm. I
How's that
like that.
working?
The
Hang on,
silhouette is...
how's that working?
Well, Casey's tripping.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's tripping and hearing her as and seeing her as the human form, but the shadow's the real thing.
Yeah, it doesn't make any actual sense, but the visual is pleasant.
Yeah, it's a very cool idea. Yeah, Calbot, it's a great shot with the tentacle shadows.
Thou shalt love the tentacle. He is a zippy
That's
little
right.
thing, isn't he?
That's right. Fear keeps you safe. The mantra of all nerds. Live in terror and you'll be okay.
Oof, 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 oof. I think I heard some Jurassic Park noises
so.
there. Like raptor screeches.
I love the fact that the control mechanism for collapsing the bleachers like that is just unlocked with the key in it at all times. Because no kids in the
Yeah.
school would ever abuse that, would they?
Nope, never.
And that would never, ever. That potential health and safety risk would never get abused. Because it also doesn't appear to have a mechanism that stops it in the event of someone being trapped in it.
Nope.
Nope.
Just crunch them kiddos. That's a jump. It's impressive.
It is. Oh, and he gets a tagline. Oh, look at his face with all the...
Oh.
Oh, that's an awful effect.
Oh.
Mad Matt says, please, Andrew, we will address that after all the asbestos removal from the school. Ooh.
Ouch.
Ow.
I feel like I need to go wash my face now.
Yeah. Fraglord says, my school's getting a new gym this summer. I suggested a tribune like this. I didn't get it. They're all just melting away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my nose! The idea that they just slithered out of there like a big loogie. Oh, no thanks.
And this is where you find out Zeke is actually now the mother.
Yeah.
And it just makes no
All that
sense.
stuff you've been snorting are just little eggs.
Yeah. Well, James, you're saying this is not a happy ending. It kind of is.
Yeah.
1 month later. Yeah, James, everyone's personality has changed. A lot of people gone back to normal.
Mm-hmm. I like how she got a little scarf on her neck.
How the hell did he just light that so quick? We couldn't see him. Oh,
Strike anywhere matches. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh god, it's the most 90s.
What about the dead principal? Because I don't think she came back.
Several faculty members disappeared mysteriously.
Yeah. Oh, we got some slightly upbeat 90s music now.
Mm-hmm. Hate it. I prefer the edgy stuff. Bring back the grunge.
That's right. Oh, he's cool now. He's got product in his hair.
Yeah. And the 90s trope of always getting the girl at the end, even if the girl is arguably a nasty woman.
Yeah, this is the thing I don't like. Before this happened, she was still a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, James is saying there's all actually aliens and it's wish fulfillment fantasy world given to them by the aliens. Potentially. Potentially. I would have liked to have seen Gale Weathers turn up at the end.
Yeah.
There we go, everybody. That was The Faculty, closing our mini 90s teen horror season. I've really enjoyed this, Dom. I've really enjoyed this movie, and I'll take everyone's comments of this movie off YouTube and Discord. But we'll go with Dom first. Dom, sum it up.
I thought it was a very pleasant movie. I think it's very fun. It's very 90s. It subverts a lot of expectations while maintaining that that through line of the 90s, how the geek shall inherit the earth. It's got the outcast people rising up against a lot of the more stereotypical regimes, and it's very pleasant to see. And the soundtrack's great. And it moves at a great pace. Just
It
fun.
does. It does. It moves really nice and fast. It's got a lot of great cast in it, great performances, and it's a lot of fun. It doesn't stop to dwell on how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, works really well. But to take some comments from our community, we have, look, he's got his fingers in his eye patch. But we can see we've got some comments from our community. Mr. Fursel says, nice ending. Phonic says, great movie, so much memorable moments and lines. Leanne says, that was fun. Sharon, good movie, great fun watching it with you all. Eric, really a nice watch, and great to see these movies back to back. Lizardman, I don't know, I liked it. Nerd Gets Alien, I mean, Hot Girl. I actually really enjoyed that. Jedi Wizard, always a fun time. No wife's cheese rating today. Sorry, that's okay. We'll wait for the next one. Brainwire, I enjoyed the movie. Mr. Fursel, not bad, and the teachers are represented well. Lizardman, I really enjoyed it. I felt like I would have wanted to go how I wanted my high school experience to go. Calbot saying the dodgy CGI at the end is what kept me from rewatching it, but really enjoyed it this time. Mad Matt says, no idea whether fighting couple will get recognised in the credits. Fraglord, a great ending to the teen slasher. It's not really a slasher, more like a body horror action suspense. Always loved the genre mashup. It's so good. And Onzi says, better than Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Interesting. Mad Matt loves some sci-fi in my horror. Plutonium Shore, a good revisit. And Sharon says some good effects. We see the CGI up and coming versus the practical effects. And Fraglord says it was the best of the lot. And James Horner, not James Horner, I'm sorry, James Hellier, says, I would have liked it to end with them being arrested for murdering Mrs. Drake. That would have been a very dark ending, but I can understand it. So that's the end of this mini kick of these 90s teen horror movies for a little while. And Hell If I Know says an interesting revisit. Well, next week, we have possibly our most requested movie for a watch party, at least in the past year, if not for all time. We will be watching. I'm going to put a GIF in Discord.
I genuinely can't remember what we're watching, so this will be interesting for me.
We will
as
be
well.
watching.
Oh yes, I remember.
Galaxy Quest, which I cannot wait for. I am absolutely looking forward to it. It's the best Star Trek film ever made. It is
Ever made.
brilliant. Yes, Fraggle. It's one of the best movies ever made, and it's also one of the best Star Trek films ever made, which is just great, and I can't wait for it. I missed it out at the theatre. I caught it on DVD and fell in love with it. It's such a great, great movie. But yeah, that's what we're watching in 7 days. But like I say, until then, stay safe, be kind to each other, and we'll see you in 7 days' time for the magnum opus that is Galaxy Quest. So until then, bye-bye.
See ya.